Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here. Welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2021 save here with Manchester City. And it's the big one. Today's the big one. We're going to take on Liverpool in the Champions League final in St. Petersburg. And what is crazy about this final is that the manager for Liverpool is Pep Guardiola. So Pep Guardiola's got to a final with an English club for the first time, and it's with Liverpool. And obviously we're here with Manchester City, decide that he left, well, we replaced. And yeah, he's not done well in the league though. So really, his job's hanging in the balance on the fact that they made it to this final, because Liverpool have finished 5th in the league. I'll show you how the season ended. So we had 3 games to finish off the season, all against fairly comfortable sides, bottom end of the table teams. But we knew that coming into it, that we had a run of easier games to finish off the season after having a bit of a rocky back end of the season, jam-packed with games though in the FA Cup and the Champions League, but the squad just, some strange reason, didn't seem to be able to do it. We found a tactic now that we've stuck to, and the lads have stayed compact and comfortable with it, and it seems to be yielding some results. We beat Bournemouth, who were fighting for their lives, 3-1. They did have 2 goals ruled for offside, but that doesn't bother me whatsoever. And Badgie getting himself a hat-trick in this one. He probably could have had more. We absolutely dominated. We then came up against Burnley and beat them 4-0. Badgie getting a goal again. Depay with a double and Tonali with a goal. And dominant, really. They didn't have many shots. And then against Sheffield United, not a single shot on target, and we beat them 4-0. Erling Haaland with 2, one of them a penalty. Phil Foden again, and Raheem Sterling. But there is some really bad news when it comes to this game here against Liverpool, and that is that all of a sudden on our way forward to simulating to get to this game, lo and behold, we get a bunch of injuries. Now, the biggest one for me, although I do think we will miss Phil Foden, but we do have players to replace him. And, you know, Bernardo Silva I would have loved to have, but he's now seen a specialist. And Camavinga, he hasn't really played in Europe. Big one for me is Cancelo. He's been absolutely fantastic in this run of games. As you can see in the last 5 games, 7.52. And we're really going to miss him in this match. So we're going to have to replace him out of the squad. And it is going to be Max Aarons, who has seen regular football there, but he's just no João Cancelo. And it makes me really nervous that we've lost him, because I think it's really important. Theo Hernandez has been injured and is just coming back from injury. Phil Foden is going to be replaced by... Do I replace him by Buendia, or do I put Depay there? But Depay has been so good. We're going to play Buendia. What a massive game for him. Son will come onto the bench for Camavinga. Bernardo Silva, it will be Ward-Prowse. So it's still an extremely strong squad. The only real change there is that Aarons has to come in and Buendia, the 2 Norwich lads, in a Champions League final. Imagine that. When they were playing at Norwich, do you reckon they were like, oh yeah, we'll be in a Champions League final one day. Oh yeah, I think we will. But they are now. Too much caffeine, I'm sorry guys. But yeah, they are in. I'm hyped for this. I'm just hyped the fact that we're reaching our goal second season. If we win this, by the way, but we're reaching our goal second season now. Tactically, you've seen, we've been playing this. It's been working. This is how we've been getting on, and we've been smashing sides, and it's working well. We've gone very minimalistic. There's a few player instructions. The big thing for me is cross from byline. The crosses from the byline have worked really well. We're going to have to take tackle harder off of Max Aarons because he doesn't like it. But yeah, the crosses from the byline have been really key. We're going to stick attacking. We're going to go for this game. We've made it to the final by playing that kind of football. Liverpool aren't having a great season, but we have to remember they beat Bayern Munich to get here. So, and it's a one-off game. Champions League final. Just whatever it does, don't let it go to penalties. I'm nervous though, and I think we'll do extended for this one, and we'll see how long the game's taking though. What we will do as well is we'll do the end of season review. We'll do everything. We'll round up the save in this episode, but I am recording this just before the Chelsea and Arsenal game, which I'd love to watch. So hopefully we can record all this in like the space of 30 minutes, because it's about 30 minutes before kickoff. We'll see though. If I don't, I'll break off. We'll get the match in, I'll break off, and I don't know why I'm telling you life story here. I'll break off and I'll come back and do the end of season review after that. But there is no doubt that this Liverpool side is strong. This is not going to be an easy game today. We have been dominant against teams that haven't been great, and we've actually, what's been really nice to see is how defensively sound we've been against those sides. Like I say, Sheffield didn't even have one on target. I can't complain at that, how defensively strong we've been recently. But it is important that we keep ourselves calm in this one, because this is a big match. Erling Haaland early doors, well blocked, and we'll take the corner. This is a big match, and some big players are going to have to stand up and really be good. I have noticed as well that it has taken all season for us to really see the best of Tonali, but Tonali and De Bruyne are now playing very well together, as De Bruyne is a centre mid and Tonali is deep line playmaker. My mind was just Why am I telling De Bruyne what to do? Why am I even telling him what his role is? Go on, Aarons. Imagine that if he'd have scored there. Why am I even telling him what his role is? It's King Kev. I don't need to tell him his role. De Bruyne does not need to be told what role he's playing. Just stick him at CM, let him do whatever he wants. It's worked so far, and it's certainly brought a better side out of Tonali. But like I say, we've played easy sides. This one certainly isn't easy, but I'd like it to be fairly comfortable. Depay is in amazing form, as we can't get anything there with Tonali with the shot. Depay is in fantastic form, as you saw. He's bagged himself a few more goals. I think he's got like 18 for the season. And now if we do a third season, I'm mulling over whether we re-sign Sergio Aguero. 18 goals this season, but he wants 2 years. It'd be probably because he's had such a good year, as they're coming forward now. Probably because he's had such a good year. He doesn't want to settle, which I can completely understand. Firmino! Oh, God. That was close. He probably don't want to settle, which is absolutely fine. I completely get that, but I would like him to settle. I would like him to settle and sign a contract. Now, I keep forgetting to do this, and what I like to do is mark their wingers with my wingers. Very even game at the minute. They've had the better opportunities. Well, really, it's that one opportunity they had with Bobby Firmino. We haven't really done much as we're going to enter into half-time here, and I'm reluctant to start changing stuff just yet. I like the way we've been playing recently, but this one hasn't been as easy, and I just have to hope that the boys can come out this second half and really do something special. There's no guarantee, and I genuinely do think we're missing Cancelo. I can't remember the last time he's played a game and not at a 7 average rating at this stage. Max Aarons certainly isn't doing what he would be doing, which is a problem. I mean, in terms of on target, we look a little bit better, but they seem to be coming out the blocks a little bit more this second half. I'm tempted to push down to positive. I'm tempted also to make changes. Memphis isn't having a great game. Let's let them take this corner. Let's see what happens from this corner. Well met by Ruben. Robertson. Wijnaldum now. I'm getting a little bit nervous. I really don't want to lose this. Alexander-Arnold, that's not bad to Robertson. Fires it wide. I've bigged up Memphis and how well he's played recently, but we're going to bring him off for Son. Son's going to get this opportunity today, and I'm actually going to tell Raheem Sterling to go a little bit more attacking as well. We need to find something here. Emi hasn't come in and played well. Son now. Oh, it's poor. It's poor. We're not linking up the ball very well, are we? And it's worrying me now. Worrying signs at the moment as Liverpool start to look like the aggressor. They've made the changes, I think, that benefit them. And I think we're starting to struggle a bit now. Jordan Henderson being given a lot of room. Lautaro Martinez has dealt a blow to us before. And well saved by Meslier there. Very well saved. Well, I've tweaked just a little touch, but not too much. I don't really want to change it too much and offset what we've been doing over the past few weeks. I think a big problem is out wide, we haven't played well in this one. That'll run out. The flag's up anyway. Out wide, we haven't played well, and that's starting to worry me a little bit. And I don't think we've really given Erling Haaland much of an opportunity with good balls. And that's usually Max Aaron's, well, not Max Aaron's jobs, it's usually Cancelo's job. Genuinely think that injury is a big issue for us. And I don't want to be missing Phil Foden, but Haaland's going to get an opportunity. What can he do here? Haaland, penalty maybe. Oh, this could be big. This could be big in the grand scheme of a Champions League final. This could be a big moment here. And I imagine it'll be Haaland who takes the pen. I'm already tempted to bring off Emi. Sterling's not having a good game either. We're not having good games, are we? I don't think we've been on the ball enough. Oh, no penalty. Okay. It was a big call. Big call that needed to be made. And it's no penalty. We do seem to be playing a touch better, but not massively, do we? Gaia now with a throw-in. Straight to Arnold. Tonali will win that. Kevin De Bruyne. Tonali. What can we do here? We need to find an opening. I really don't want it to go to extra time. I really don't want penalties. That's the last thing I want, and that is awful. That is awful there from, I think that was Diaz or Laporte, one of the two centre-backs. Got to do better than that. De Bruyne will pick it up, though. We need to get on the ball a bit more now. We've been really good at that in recent games. It's just playing the ball nicely, and he's done it again this time. I thought he might have made it through. He needs to stop playing that long ball. But I think that's just what as a ball-playing defender, think sometimes that's a casualty of what happens, as Liverpool now will come forward with plenty of bodies. Trent Alexander-Arnold now, Henderson pulls it wide, and Lautaro Martinez has scored, but I think it's going to be an offside. I think the offside, unfortunately, is going to be against Bobby Firmino. I think the argument will be that he blocked the goalkeeper off, and this won't be given. Raheem Sterling is on a 6.2. How bad is that? Goal is disallowed, so we're still in this. Right, so Ferran Torres is going to come on now for Sterling, who, I don't know, he's just not really done it. I think if Barcelona came in with a really big bid, I probably would sell him. He's not been good for us. He's been really disappointing, and it does look like we are going to go to added time here. We are going to go to extra time. Nothing really in the game. A couple of moments, maybe the penalty. Disallowed goal for Liverpool. It's been a very stale final, though, I suppose, as you'd suspect for both sides. Let me go extra time. We have won a game this year in added on time, but we did also lose the other one on penalties, so I'm not full of confidence right now. I'm not going to lie, not full of confidence. Haaland hasn't really got going. Son hasn't got going. A lot of the lads haven't got going. But a free kick here is... Wow, God, it's not a good one from De Bruyne there. A free kick is how we scored against Arsenal very late on. In that stalemate. Ferran Torres now, though. First time we've looked pretty good. Ferran Torres. Emi Buendia. I kind of wanted Haaland to take that shot, to be honest with you. I think in that situation, I would have preferred Haaland took that on. Now it's going to be a Liverpool opportunity. Is the game going to open up a little bit more in this second half? Maybe. But we just can't seem to get a foothold at the moment. Ferran Torres now up against Robertson. Robertson's done really well there. I thought Ferran Torres would have made that tackle. Max Aarons just clears that one forward now. And it's been a really stale game. Kevin De Bruyne, though, what can he do? Oh, it's a good ball. It's a very good ball. Erling Haaland, surely. Erling Haaland with the chip. Erling Haaland with the goal. It's 1-0 Manchester City. And now I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. What do we do? Do we go defensive? Do I carry on in this vein of form? This is great. This is great. All I've done really is up the tempo a little bit, and he's cheeky, but if you do a cheeky chip and it hits the back of the net, it doesn't matter. And I've kind of got that mindset of, let's not change out. Let's not change out. Tonali now. Haaland. Emi Buen bloody dear from Norwich scores. And it's 2-0 Manchester City. Up in the tempo obviously worked. And surely, we've got one hand on the trophy right now. One hand. I don't have a trophy. I've got a mug. I've got one hand on the trophy right now. We're nearly there. Emi Buendia with the goal. And Liverpool, they look all out of sorts now. They look nervous as the Norwich man, ex-Norwich man obviously, he's not a Man City player, scores a goal. And it's another highlight here for Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne, Son. Oh, I thought Ferran Torres was going to score there. Imagine another goal. Imagine 3-0. I would have liked to have not come to extra time. We will actually bring on Ward-Prowse now for Tonali, who hasn't, after I bigged him up, had a great game. The same as Depay, I bigged him up, and he hasn't had a great game either. But literally all we did was change run at defence. We took that off and added some higher tempo. That's literally all I changed. But sometimes I do overthink stuff. I don't know if anybody else does this with FM. I overthink stuff, and sometimes just one tweak can change the whole scope of the game. And what I noticed is we just weren't getting at them enough. I felt like we needed to get at them, cause them problems, get down their throats a little bit. And ever since doing that, it's been all Manchester City. It's Emi Buendia now, Son, and that will be a Champions League trophy for Manchester City. Oh, 3-0 up in the Champions League final, all in added time, and Liverpool and Pep Guardiola's Liverpool, they're all over the shop. They don't know what they're doing. Emi Buendia again, that man from Argentina. He bangs it across to Son, who gets a goal. And he's not had a terrible season for us. I think first season syndrome a little bit for him with game time. Do we get an extra sub now? That's the question. Because I wouldn't mind bringing... Do we have a left back? We do. We've got Theo Hernandez. I wouldn't mind bringing Theo Hernandez on. We will actually go to Key now as well at this stage. There's no point watching extended. The game should be done and dusted, but... Oh, God, I feel like I could breathe a sigh of relief because at 0-0 and the way the game was going, I felt like Liverpool were a better side in the entirety of that match. Well tackled there from Ruben Diaz, though. In the entirety of the match, and I just think in added time we've been a class above it. Erling Haaland, is there another goal here? Haaland still has the ball. Haaland! Oh, well saved by Alisson. I mean, he hit it straight at him, but well saved. And I felt like they were the better side. I'm not going to lie. When you looked at the start of the game, but we've absolutely been all over them since making those little tweaks, those little changes all over them. And a Haaland, a Buendia and a Son goal. And they've just crumbled. And that is going to be it, boys. I forgot to put the jacket on. It doesn't matter. We are now Champions League winners, and this is the whole point of the series, was to win the Champions League. See how long it took us. I would have loved to have done it in season 1, but I think we needed to implement some players into the squad, and it goes to show 3 players who scored today weren't in the Manchester City squad at the start, were they? In Buendia, Haaland and Son. But yeah, I'm over the moon. I'm over the moon. First time we won Champions League on this year's FM. And I know it might not be the world's biggest achievement, boys, with Man City, but I'm very happy with it. And I've really enjoyed the save. It's been a really good, fun save. Look at me there in my yellow jacket. Very, very suave. But yeah, Manchester City, your Champions League champions here in 2021. Well, that begs the question, boys, actually, at this stage, before we do the end of season review, because I'm going to have to go and watch the footy now. I'll do that straight after. Do we keep this save going? Would you like to see more seasons? Would you like to see another season, even if it's just one? I would do them in more condensed episodes. It wouldn't be in this format. You might be maybe 4 or 5 episodes for the entire season. I don't know. We could do it some way, shape or form. Would you like me just to jump forward a couple of seasons and see how we got on, or just a season? Let me know. Give me the feedback. I've really enjoyed bringing this series to you, though, guys. Also, maybe give some feedback on what we should do next with FM. We do have the Project PSV going on over on Twitch, and obviously I'll do seasonal updates here. There is also still the Burnley rebuild in the works that I have neglected massively, but I'm nearly there for putting up episode number 1. But yeah, man, I appreciate the support on this series regardless. And, you know, thank you. Just let me know, though. Let me know what you want. And let's do the end of season review now, then. On the plus side, we did achieve winning the Champions League a year ahead of schedule, which is nice. We will praise Buendia, who actually had a really good game in the end, managing to get himself a goal. They have set the budgets for next season. Not that I know if this is going to be important or not, but the budgets for next season are very healthy. 280 million and 455k. Ben Godfrey is already coming in, but I don't know if we're going to do any of it, so it doesn't really matter at the moment. But let's just look at where we finished off in the league and the grand scope of how it happened this year. So runners up in the Community Shield. In the Carabao Cup, we got knocked out in the quarterfinal by Chelsea, knocked out in the semi-finals of the FA Cup. I really would have liked to have got a double this year. It's very frustrating, the FA Cup situation. Then we won the Champions League and we finished 3rd in the league. Obviously, in the end, all the away results really just had a massive toll on us, and you just can't do that. You can't do that. You can't have that many games like that. But really, we should start off by talking about the standout player this year. And boy, was he a good signing, getting himself Young Player of the Year as well as the Premier League top goal scorer. I'll bang them on the screen. And it's Erling Haaland. I knew he was a beast last year. I didn't get to use him much, but I got to use him very briefly. And this year, I got a full season of him. And he's just a beast, isn't he? 32 appearances that he started in and 35 goals. And what more do you want from a striker? There is nothing more you could want from a striker. And at the age of 21, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And in real life, I do actually believe that Haaland probably will end up at Man City. It's just my opinion. I think in the long run, he probably will end up at Man City. 1, they've got the money for him. 2, they're going to need a striker. And he just really was unbelievable for us. There were a lot of players that were good for us in terms of goals scored. Aguero, this is the issue with the contract with Aguero. But it's his wages that he wants to be paid, although he is willing to take a pay cut to 190,000 per week. But he came in with 18 goals, and that's really good from the 33-year-old. And he's just been far better than I ever expected him to be every season. Now, don't get me wrong, a lot of this is when we were playing 4-4-2, and we're not playing that anymore. So it makes me question whether he's needed. Also, you've got Badji with 20 starts, getting himself 13 goals and 7 assists is really good as well. The youngster, him and Haaland just look set to be the future going forward. Badji at 20 and Haaland at 21. It's just fantastic. But as I said, Depay came in great this year. Depay came in really good this year, in a year where Raheem Sterling, for me, just wasn't good enough with his 11 goals and 10 assists. Memphis Depay just came in really good, really clutch, 16 goals. He's a player I really like, a player I really rate, someone who I think will probably end up at Barcelona potentially. We'll see, but Someone I'm really a big fan of, have been for a few years, really resurrected his career since leaving Manchester United, when it just didn't work out from there, obviously. But it's worked out for him here at Manchester City, and he's had a great, jolly good time. And assist-wise, the top assist is Kevin De Bruyne. I suppose you'd expect that. A mixed season for him, but all in all, a very good player. Did request to leave at one stage of the season, but now at the age of 30, it's starting to figure out how you start to replace a player like him in the next 2 seasons. It's not simple, is it, when you're replacing someone like Kevin De Bruyne? But we do have some great young players in there as well, with Sandro Tonali, who actually, as the year went on, just got better and better. As you can see, average rating over the year is 6.90, but towards the back end, really started to improve. And I think it just took him a bit of time to settle into the team, to be honest with you. I think he really struggled to settle in. There's some good young players there as well, like Ferran Torres. I would much like to get him more game time than Raheem Sterling, if Raheem Sterling's still going down this route. And he is wanted, I think, by Barcelona. Yeah, he's wanted by Barcelona. And kind of one part of my brain is like, just let him go. Just let him go. So maybe. And there's a few players, like I say, a few players didn't get much game time, like Tete. Son came in and was okay. I would have liked for him to have been better. Didn't get that much game time. Few injuries were a problem for him. I think over a little bit of time, he'll get used to playing in the squad, and I think next season will probably be a season where he just has an unbelievable year between him and Depay. But yeah, I mean, the squad all round, we built a fantastic team. Built a really good, strong unit. Some fantastic players. Gaia, Teo Hernandez. Really impressed with Max Aarons coming in. First year, really being at the club, consistent game time, 27 starts, and average rating of 6.98. He's no Cancelo, but he's ever improving and looks to keep improving. Technically, he's probably where he lets himself down. There's no doubt that physically he is fantastic, and mentally he's very good as well. I think just the technical side of things, he's not as good at putting the ball in the box as Cancelo is, and that's probably where it lets him down. But I think over the next couple of seasons, and we are training his crossing, he could end up being one of the best players at the club. But yeah, I'm extremely happy, man. I think the squad we built was very good. I think the issue probably was finding consistency and stumbling upon a tactic that worked right for us. I think my biggest issue with the consistency thing was probably my game consistency, because sometimes I'd just play a couple of games, and if you played FM for a while, you're far better off having sessions where you play a lot of FM and get a run. But the tactics that we used this one, which for me was okay. It didn't work as well when we didn't have Fernandinho. It was just quite simple and purely. Tonali did not replace Fernandinho. He has settled into the squad now. You can see as he's improved as it's gone on, he's now a 4-star player. He didn't settle into the squad straight away. I'm sure maybe this might be a different scenario now. So he didn't replace Fernandinho. So we needed to figure out how we were going to play differently. We played 4-4-2 for a lot of the season. It did work well, but in patches didn't do well. And I think we could have tweaked it. We could have got it working in a certain way. But I found the most success that we had with the personnel and the playing personnel we had was this formation that we used the end run in. Very simple, very basic. There's a few player instructions, but nothing too intense. And it just basically was just letting the players do what they wanted to do, because they're more than good enough. We know that already. But anyway, boys, that's going to be it for this series, potentially, and definitely this season. I appreciate the support, man. I've banged on enough about how much I've enjoyed it and appreciated your support. Take it easy. I hope you're all doing well over this festive period. And I'll see you in the next series, or maybe a roundup, or maybe another one. Who knows what the future holds?